Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I have come with a fresh video, and I would say that it's not a scratch video, but it's a video that where we are going to learn about app development. So we have been going through the scratch platforms, and we have understood that till now we just can, if you have a Gmail, you can simply log into your scratch accounts and start making your own games, your own applications, and then your own animations. But now when we talk about applications, mobile apps are something which is so in these days. So everybody uses a mobile phone, and we have application for almost everything. So here, Thunkable is one of the platforms. So you simply write Thunkable on your Google and search for it. You can simply, click on login, and if you have your own Google account, you can simply log into Thunkable with that, and you can get started by creating the applications whichever you want. So because I have my account already made in Thunkable, so we are going to start with this. So if you have your Gmail, you guys can quickly, log into Thunkable and you can create your own account. So Thunkable gives us the limit of 10 application which can be made on Thunkable for free. So this is my free account on which I have the limit to create 10 applications, whatever I want to. And if you want to buy, the pro account, so you can at any time upgrade the same account. So guys, before I start this video, check out my channel and check out other videos from the Scratch series in the Scratch playlist. And this will be the mobile application development, and it will be in a separate playlist that I will put in the Thunkable one. Okay, so let's start. So I'm going to create a new application. So every time we have to create something, we are going to go with create new application. And here I'm going to write my project name. So whatever I want to make, I can give that name. Then we have the category options where we can choose whatever category we want to give to our applications. So suppose let's start with a very basic application where I have few buttons which are going to help me in the application to navigate to the shopping website. So let me name this project as the e-commerce app. Okay. So it's nothing, I'm not actually making any e-commerce app, but there will be already existing websites which I'm going to go to, but I will use this as an application where I have everything at one place. So I'm going to select the category from here as, the shopping, because I'm talking about, the e-commerce shopping websites like Amazon and all. So now I'm going to create. So make sure guys, your drag and drop builder, it's unchecked. So by default, sometimes it's like you check, but we need to uncheck it. So I'm going to simply now create, because my drag and drop builder is unchecked. So I'm going to create it, and see, it takes me to a fresh page for application. So in this video, let's understand side by side how we are using Thunkable. And see, because it asked me, I am going to give myself as a student, I'm still learning. And if you want to give yourself as, a proper pro designer, you can choose that category also. So I'll say I have some experience, and then I will move to next year. So here, this is actually the main Thunkable screen, which is going to come every time in front of you people. And this is also divided into 3 categories: the first part, the second part, and the third part for the designing purpose. So guys, always we need to make sure, just like we make websites, or just like we understand websites, same way we have to understand the mobile applications. So what happens, we need to design first. So design part has to be the first part that we have to perform in the applications, or even if you are doing a website designing. So because when you design, when you add the components, then only you can add logic to them, then only you can add the coding part to it. So here also you see this part of the first, it has 2 things, design in blocks. So this is the prioritized things that you have to design: the look of your mobile application, how is it supposed to look. And then this screen, which is the second part, it helps us to see. This is the main visual area where we can see what actually we are trying to make. And this third part is actually for the screen or for all of the components that you can add the settings to. So if you want to add a background color to your screen, you can add it from here. If you want to add any background picture, that also you can do. You can resize, and there are so many settings here. So we are going to keep on practicing them when we are going to make the application. So see, padding, margin, then we have border, we have color. So this is for screen. So if I add anything from the design section to the screen, I will be using the third part of the screen for the settings. And whenever we make our applications, we can always check a live test on them. We can download them, we can publish them if we have a pro account, and so on. All right. So guys, you see, this is the add component section. So whatever we want to add, we need to simply drag and drop it to the screen. And this is where we can see it. So if you want your application to have a certain background color, so let's start by building up this particular application as an e-commerce app. So suppose my e-commerce app should have a screen, which is, I would say, a light shade of yellow. I'm going to give it. And because it's a lighter shade, so you can see how am I working on the colors here. So this is my background color for the application which I want. But now I want that my application should at least have, a front, a headline that it should say that, yes, it's a e-commerce app. So I'm going to add a label for it. So it's just like we add labels for the website, same way we add label here. So now I cannot simply change label from the screen. So for that, I have to visit the third part. So you see this text area. So here I want the text should be, it should say e-commerce app. But I want it should be bigger in size. So I can increase the font size. I can make it 24. And then suppose I want the color should be not black. It should write this in a shade of pinkish purple. All right. And then the font weight also I'm going to increase. I'm going to make it bold. Then font style I can change. I can make it italics, but I want it to be normal. And I can also change the font type here. All right. But right now I'm not doing it. I'll simply work on, the looks and all. So if you want to give any border to your text, that also you can give. And if you want to pick any height for it, you can do that also. If you want to fill any contents or the container, you can that also. So text aligned will be center. I'm going to give it. And now, because I want this particular headline to be there somewhere on the top. So for that, I can work on the, margin part. So I'll go to the margin and I'm going to create some space here. Bottom margin, I'm going to increase here. And let's make it 100. Okay, so that's how it shifts up. If I want to make it 150, it shifts more. You can also give it 200. So let's make it somewhere 300. So that's it. That's I want where my heading should be displayed. That's the label where I want it. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here, now I want to add few buttons here. One button here, one button here, one here, and one here. So all these 4 buttons are going to, navigate me and take me to the particular website I want, wherever I want to go. So suppose the first one I want here to be the Amazon. So I'm going to add buttons for it because you can click the buttons. Buttons is something which is clickable. So I'm going to add one button here. So you see the button adds up here, and we can also see it in which part? This part of the application. So this is where we can find the buttons. So let's just see it on the screen also. Yes. So here the buttons comes up, before the heading here. So that's the rule of Thunkable, guys. So whenever we add any button, it will be always, any component you add, it will be always added to the top. So if I want to shift this button, I cannot simply shift it from here. I can shift it from this part. You see, now this button comes below. So let's just add one button here. Let's just see how we can add one button. And then we are going to move on further by adding 4 buttons. So suppose I want my button text to say Amazon. So whenever I click on this Amazon button, it is going to take me to the Amazon's website. But here also I should remember that this button is navigating to Amazon. So I'll rename the type of my component from button to Amazon. Because if I keep on adding multiple buttons, then it will be, you know, button 1, button 2, button 3. So we have to make sure that which button actually we are working on. So I'll also name the button also as Amazon as well as the text also. So now I can, you know, same way you can add color to your buttons. I want a simple light color, and text color I want to be red, and text type, let's make it text type, I'll make a bit thick here. So font size, I'll make it a bit larger, or let's make it a bit small, 20. And then font bold, I can make it bold. And this is how my button should look like. Let's add some, you know, the button should have some kind of, you know, boundary also. So I'm going to add some color here. Let's make it a relative size, and the height also relative size. And I'm going to go to the advanced, and I'll style my button a bit with the background color. I'll make it this also, I'm going to make it red. So my button has a specific shape, you know, and it has a boundary of red color. So now the designing has been done. Now if I want the logical part, because if you see, if I click on this button, nothing happens. But now I want that it should take me to Amazon. So I'm going to come to the block section, and you know, here is my first component for the screen one, where, you know, just like Scratch, I have different blocks, and each block will be responsible to do some part of coding here. So I'll start with my Amazon button. So whenever I click on Amazon button, what should happen? This button should take me to, you know, a website. Which website? It should take me to the Amazon website. So let's see where we can go to here. So we can check this with the control section. We can have open link, and I'm going to put in the link for Amazon here. So I'll simply open my Amazon here, and I'm going to copy this link, and I'm going to paste it here. Now let's go to the design section, and now let's do a live test for this. So whenever, guys, we will do a live test, this is what is going to appear in front of us, just like a phone screen. So when I click on Amazon, see, it takes me to Amazon. Now if I want to add one more button, and I want one more application here, so in that case, I can add one more button. It will be added on the top, and from here I can shift it, and see, when I shift it here, now here, same way what I can do, I can add a text to it. Suppose this should be, you know, I should name this as Nika, and I'll give the text as Nika. Text color similar, I'll do it, everything I'll make it same. I had the font size 20. The background color for button, I'll make this. And after this, I'm going to make my text as bold. And let's also make this in, you know, capitals like this. And then I had, you know, my border for the button. So I'm going to add the border for the button. So the border color was also this. And now I'll just simply take the Nika website link, and let's just take this, or this is the redirected link. I'm going to take this nika.com. All right. So now I go to blocks, same way, but you know, here I have Nika. So I know I go to the Nika button. I take this. When it is clicked, again I go to control, and here it comes. I add the link. And now let's do a live test with this. I have two buttons. One is Amazon, one is Nika. But guys, do you see that there is no space between both the buttons? So what we can do? We can come to the design section. We can select any of these buttons and then we can simply go to the padding part. So for Nika button, I need some space in the top area. So I'll give a space of 20. But you know, the padding is going to always increase the border. So I'll not work with the padding. Instead of that, I'll go to the margin and I'll increase the top margin. And that's how we can get some spaces between both the buttons. Now let's do a live test. So Amazon takes me to Amazon. By clicking on Nika, it takes me to Nika. So this is clear, right? So guys, do try this. Log into your Thunkables, get your own Gmail, log into your Thunkables, make a simple application, add few buttons in them, and do respond me in the chat section or do respond me on my email and let me know, did you like this? And try Thunkable. It's the similar, block-based programming. We just need to be very clear with the logics and keep following my channel and we'll learn something more. So this is the most basic that we can learn out of mobile application development for Thunkable. Thank you so much, guys. Keep practicing, keep learning, and let's meet another time. Till then, take care and bye-bye.